Hi there. Oh, let me just do the light here. Alright, bring back the light. Yeah, well folks, been a while. So, yeah, after seeing my plans for several videos during the last few weeks, didn't go so well because we were hit by a heavy snowstorm and icy rain, and so that was difficult to go to different locations I had in mind. So I decided to do something I was thinking about for quite a while. So for quite a while I thought about doing some night strolls, perhaps a little series even about different night strolls here in Bremen, and perhaps on the countryside also. And this complete thing is, yeah, this absolutely experimental. So I have no idea if that even works, if camera gets this done. So yeah, my apology for that. So but I have to start somewhere. So we're gonna go today for a little ride and just try out how things work, and after that, for next videos, I think I'm wiser than for, I don't know, regarding the light for the camera or something, if that works at all. So long story short, yeah, so we're gonna head for the eastern border of Bremen today. That was my plan. So I don't have too much in mind, so I don't really have a plan. So excuse me, well, that's just how I do my videos normally. So I have something in mind to go to the eastern border. So we're in the center, the very center of town right now. We're gonna start from here, and we try to work our way to the eastern border. Let's see how that works. It's quite snowy outside, so let's see. And we have around 10 in the night, so should work pretty fine. And this is a lockdown stroll, because yeah, well, normally all the streets will be crowded right now, so for people going out and so on, and I don't know, visiting pubs and drinking beer and so on. And yeah, well, let's take our chance that the lockdown provides, and see how that goes. All right, but first of all, and that's all the prep talk. That's what all the prep talk is about. So I wanted to show you the tobacco first, because when I'm on the street, when I'm driving, probably don't have much of a chance to show you that. So opening night. So I thought for my first night stroll, what better tobacco to pick than opening night. I'm gonna show you the tin. So that's a Cornell and Diehl. Most of you, I guess, know the tobacco. I like the tin art. I don't know. Some kind of bohemian. So that's the opening night. And fortunately, because I don't have my reading glasses with me, description is very short, so I can do this, I guess. A delicious blend of red and bright Virginias, pressed to perfection. To perfection. We hear that, and yeah, let's see. Short description. Let's see how that fits. But first of all, let's just take a look. You see, as always, it's nicely packed. Everything is done. Very nicely done. So you see that that really looks good. Come on, camera, don't be shy. Well, you see, it's this kind of I don't want to say, I don't know, is this really a sliced flake? I don't know. Is this really a flake? This. So, for me, all these flakes, if it is a GLPs, which are really at all, or is it or if it's Cornell and Diehl, those flakes, for European standard, let's say, it's more between a cake and a flake. So, yeah, it's not that heavily pressed. So, but that's all right. That's not a complaint. It's just to describe the tobacco. And even now, from I don't know, from a short distance, you can already smell on the tin note this kind of really deep Virginia grassy note, little hay note, and if you just close your eyes and just, yeah, get yourself driven away or something, you think you're in a barn. So maybe you're in a barn. So it's a little hay note, and in a very positive way. So, yeah. Also some earthy notes. Little hint of leather and raisin. And that's it. And a hay note. So it's really Virginia. It's really Virginia. So alright, let's pack the pipe and let's get our little stroll started, because I don't know, there's a way to go, folks. So the whole idea behind that is really just pack your pipe, lean back, enjoy the ride, and perhaps you would like to join a pipe with me during a ride, and I tell you one or two things about Bremen, what Bremen is about, and just enjoy the night stroll. I don't know if there's much to see, but just lean back, enjoy your pipe, enjoy the ride, leave the rest to me. That's the idea behind that, so it's not much of a mystery. All right, now we're packed, we're ready to go. Just fire that up and let's see what we can do out there. Get the engine started. All right. So this, by the way, this is my ladder I use here in the car. There's a radio down. That's a very simple ladder, so there's no timber. But anyway, it works, and I have a small timber I made for myself just for the car. A short one. Let's open the roof, the hatch. Burns pretty good. Humidity is absolutely perfect. It's more on the dry side than on the moisty side, and that's completely alright. And normally I prefer to wrap these tobaccos out, but I don't do it when it's a GLPs or Cornell and Diehl, because they get very short. They like to get short, man, and that's something we don't want to see. So alright, let's see how the streets are out there, and as we can reach the Bremen border. And don't be worried, one pipe, one bowl will be enough. Bremen is not that large, but you will see, maybe it's larger than you think. Alright folks, gonna adjust the camera and see you outside. So you can already see snow hit us pretty hard. So we're going along the Weser right now. So yeah, well, you know, perhaps that was the idea behind that, just to join and just to share a pipe with you. So since it's been a while and I just felt the need to join another pipe with you and to relax a little bit. This is slippy here. Well, they said it's gonna be extremely icy tonight. Let's try this. Seems alright to me. It's not too slippy. So yeah, we're pretty much in the center of town here. On the left side, so we go to the right, but on the left side, there's the part of the city that we call the new city. So Neustadt. It's pretty nice. Gonna take you there one day, but yeah, well, in Bremen. So right here is what you can see in front is the center of town. So I don't know. This is perhaps 300 meters to the Roland and to the main church. So this whole area here has been the line of defense during Middle Ages. So now on what you see very dark on the right side, that's the Weser. So that's where the Weser is. Well, you see, I decided to go for a night stroll because I don't know. If we would be doing this during the day, we would face a lot of traffic here. Well, I have to be careful here because they lowered the speed limit here. The new government, I don't know how to put that, isn't really fond of car driving, so they don't really appreciate cars, I think, in general, but I don't know, I don't want to go into that. I'm gonna get myself in trouble one day, so alright. So this is a very long and straight street. So we could go from here to the very east of Bremen. Yeah, so Bremen is not that large, but it's pretty long. So it's all along the river. So we don't go straight. We just turn left here, and we just go a few blocks on the left because this may be more interesting. So we're now entering a quarter of town. Yeah, this is quite alternative living here. So artists and mainly architects and teachers. Well, that's probably not right, but a lot of students too. So yeah, normally, so on a normal day without pandemic things and so on, this area would be completely crowded here. Completely crowded. So this is some kind of club zone here. I think I have to be careful with the camera. So there may be folks around that they don't appreciate a camera too much, but I'm not sure that anybody's around. Well, you see, not too many people around. We don't have a strict lockdown, so you're allowed to go out on the street, but there isn't really much to go right now. So it's all closed. Oh, let's take a look. Should we go to the right and we just take another crossroad. Ah, look at this. So we don't have a subway. We have this. So we never built a subway. So we had many excuses for that. So some people said, well, it's not possible, it's too complicated, the ground is too difficult here, and so on. I think it's more about the money and the habit. So we were really used to that, this small train-like thing, which is, I don't know, which is so 19th century, but I don't know. Most of the Bremen people like it. It's not so fast, but gets you from one point to the other. Taxi drivers. So this is all part of an alternative quarter here. So yeah, unfortunately, everything is closed right now. No clubs, no Irish pubs. Well, several Irish pubs here. And I don't know, Turkish restaurants. All these things you're gonna expect. Alright. Let's watch out for a better road here. So alright, I think we just turn left and we just try to go on one of the main streets again. So yeah. So on the right side now. Wait a minute. Now on the right side. So this is a hospital. This is Central Hospital. This is one of the largest hospital areas in Europe. It's really huge. So doctors normally use bicycles to get from one building to the other. It's really huge. And yeah, I don't really know how many hospitals we have here in Bremen, but maybe 6, 7. Oh, there's an emergency coming in. What do they do here? I don't know. I don't know about your city, but Bremen seems to be, I don't know, constant road work. Well, I guess that's a feeling that we share as car drivers all over the world. So another main street. This is part of one of the streets we call Heerstraße. So Heerstraße. That means something like military road or something. And these roads were built by Napoleon. So, I don't know. He just took a pencil and draw some lines right through the city, and yeah. He just ordered to build these military roads to get the armies straight to the city very quickly without these small roads and so on. So you can drive on these Heerstraßen, on these military roads, from one end to the other. Just did a shortcut. We're still heading east, and I'm now in an area. This is some kind of harbor area, but this is not the sea harbor. This is a harbor for inside ship in Bremen and for smaller harbors in the region. And what you see on the right side, this is an electricity facility. So, a power plant. this used to be a really huge facility back in the 50s for all kind of electrical machines. But yeah, that's how things goes. So the whole area here, that was a, I don't know, some kind of blue collar area. Hard working people here, but yeah, the same as in many other cities. I don't really want to say difficult area, but there's not much money around here anymore. So all these facilities are mainly closed. So where you see all that's left is, I don't know, car shops and things like that. Advertising. Yeah. And yeah, well, this is one way to the highway, to the main highways, but we don't want to go for the highway, so I'm gonna pull over here and I'm gonna show you a project I first heard about when I was a child, and in the end I never thought I'm gonna see that one day, but then one day suddenly they decided to go for it. And if you see that, you might even laugh, because it's, I don't know, it's not really much of a project, just a tunnel. So we're close to the area where I grew up, and they were always talking about this tunnel to get rid of all the traffic jams done by Mercedes. So Mercedes factory is pretty near, and all the workers during the shift change, well, there's an incredible amount of traffic. So embrace yourself. we're gonna enter the big project. Well, they were talking about 30 years about this project, and then finally they did it. Enjoy. Enjoy the tunnel of Hemmelingen. So don't expect too much. I don't have to cut here, because this tunnel is not too long at all. So, we're already on the other side. So perhaps by strolling around here, you get a little bit of feeling what Bremen is about. So what kind of city is that? Well, it's not a small town, so it's 500,000 inhabitants, a lot of industry, yeah, suburbia even. So we're now entering actually the suburban parts, more or less. So this is where this small train used to end during my childhood. They didn't go any more east. So we're now entering Mercedes. We're going above Mercedes. So this bridge was built especially for Mercedes. So in the old days, this street just went flat on. And well, that wasn't really pleasant for Mercedes, because they had to go around or do something, and they just asked the city to build a bridge, so they did it. So this whole area, if you watch that on Google Maps, you can see this whole area. This is Mercedes. It's really huge. So we go for a little detour here on the right. Let's see how that goes. So some of my friends used to live here when I was a child. And on the right side, this is all Mercedes. Except for, I think, 4 or 5 little houses. Yeah, perhaps you can see that on the right side. I don't know. Camera, I don't think camera gets this done. So there's some houses here, really nearly in the Mercedes territory, or on the Mercedes territory, nearly. So there's a huge fence around them. So they just, I don't know, they didn't want to give up their homes, and so they fought. And at one point, Mercedes just said, well, yeah, let them. So they just stayed in their houses. Well, what the heck is going on here? There's a lot of snow. So this whole area used to have small shops and it's small, I don't know, small business. And that was for this whole, suburban village, or whatever you may call that, for this quarter of town. That's all gone now. That's all gone. So, alright. Tell you what, we're pretty close to where I lived as a child. So gonna show you that. Why not? Alright, gonna enter this way. Be careful, guy. What you do? Wow, you see, we had a lot of snow. So this whole area here is called the train workers' quarter, or the train workers' settlement, because there was a huge facility here for repairing trains, really nearby, just a few meters on the right side. Right after the houses, you can see on the right side. And yeah, so they built the settlement here for the workers. And that's where I used to grow up. So my parents, they have a house here. And yeah. I'd like to show you my playground. That's on the right side here. There's a playground here on the right side. I guess you can't see that. Well, that's on the left side. That was my uncle's house, or is still my uncle's house. So, all right, we're entering here now. So, here on the right side, that's where my parents live. Anyway, they're already to bed. Lights are out. So let's continue the stroll. Let's get out of the settlement here. Oh, this is slippy here. Damn it. say we're gonna get rid of the snow next few days. Let's see that. But they also say there's gonna be ice rain tomorrow. So no driving tomorrow. Voila. Come on, car. After leaving the settlement, we continue our way east, heading east for the border. Let me just tell you one or two things about the tobacco finally. I nearly forgot about that. All these old memories. The tobacco. The opening night, done by GLPs, is really what you gonna expect if you talk about some kind of ready rub or flake or cake Virginia. Carefully done, a really high quality standard, I think you can say that, and from the first light, you know that's a straight Virginia. With all the things that means, so all the issues that may come with that, but also all the benefits that may come with that. So it means we're talking a medium to full sweetness. Perhaps for me, so well, I like my tobacco sweet. For me, it could even be a little bit sweeter. So it's not the sweetest Virginia I ever tried. But it provides really enough sweetness. It doesn't come with issues that many straight Virginias are facing. So it doesn't get too hot, it doesn't get sharp, so don't be afraid of any sharp notes. Don't be afraid that it's, oh no, too difficult to handle because it's kind of flake or something. It's really good to have this as a flake tobacco because that protects the tobacco from getting too hot too quickly. If you just puff on that a bit more aggressive. And I like to be tobacco hungry, so I go fast on the tobacco. But even for me, there's no issue to that. Be careful when you go for the last third of the bowl, but so the only thing I could say about this tobacco, on the negative side, that maybe for me, for myself, I got the feeling that it produces a bit more humidity than really necessary. So I think that the straight Virginia is producing less humidity. So it's good to have a cleaner, a pipe cleaner at hand to go into the stem and take the humidity out, perhaps. But it's not always the case when I smoke this tobacco, but sometimes. The tobacco also provides some very slightly hay notes, but it's just slightly in the back, and it's not absolutely not in a bad way. So we're not talking serious issues here. So this is just a hint in the bag, and it's earthy enough, strong enough. Its strength is medium, I think. Complexity. Well, complexity is something else. So it is not really complex, but where you might say it is complex as a straight Virginia goes. So what would we expect from a straight Virginia? Very round. It's very round notes. Provides a good sweetness, no sharpness. Interest in Virginia notes in all varieties, even a slightly citrus note, perhaps if you search for it. But for me, it's more floral note. So by the way, we just had a ride here. I wanted to show you something. Let me see where I have to go. That was too early. So this is an industrial area, or it has been. So now the lot of facilities here. So that's all shopping. There's some kind of garden center here. Restaurants, cinemas. What do you see? They're all closed. And from here, I don't know if there's a way to go from here. There's what we call the Weezer Park. That's a really huge shopping center. Yeah, it's right in front of us. So this is a huge shopping center, and that was built, I think that was built in the beginning of the 90s, no, in the end of the 80s, I think. And yeah, why was it built here? And that's the reason why I took you here. A really huge shopping center. I think in its time it was one of the largest shopping centers in Europe. So, well, that's because in Europe at this point we didn't have too many shopping centers then. Yeah. I don't want to cross the whole parking area, so I think we're gonna find security there, or security gonna find us. So we're going back. I just wanted to show you that because this is some kind of modern castle. Why do I say that? Well, we're close to the border, and in the old days, there were all these castles right at the border of the territory to protect the territory from any harm. And this shopping center, some kind of has the same function. So it was meant to bring in all the guys from Lower Saxony want to go shopping. So Bremen wanted citizens from Lower Saxony to come here to Bremen to spend their money in Bremen and to leave the taxes here in Bremen. I have to be careful. There's a police car in front of us. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if they really appreciate me driving around filming. Well, we're a free country here, but but not that free. All right, so coming close to the border. So they built this shopping center as some kind of castle to protect the city from being harmed by by citizens going to Lower Saxony, spending the money in Lower Saxony. That's something they didn't want to see. So, but the last line of defense here is a Burger King. on the right side. All right, guys. I think that's it. So we just crossed the border. Well, you see no border control here. So, yeah, well, Bremen is an island in the middle of Lower Saxony. So, and then there are historical reasons for that I'm gonna explain to you one day. So we are already in Lower Saxony here. So, but Lower Saxony is a different chapter. Gonna talk about this another day. So let me just turn back. All right, so heading for Bremen again. Let me just realize. So I'm on the last third of the bowl, and I have to admit this is really pretty good. So let's go here for the right side. I wanted to show you something. I don't know if camera gets this done. So back in the 60s and 70s, they were really looking for, I don't know, more places for people to live, so building homes and so on. And the idea was to do all these skyscrapers here. So, and yeah, that was really some kind of national project, I think you can say so. So many architects from all over Germany came here to see that, how that works and so on. And yeah. Well, it didn't went so well. Long story short, I remember I had a friend living here in this area, and I wanted to visit him when we were with motorcycles. And these days I like to go with a motorcycle. And a friend of mine, and we visited him, and yeah. That was very difficult. So one guy has to be at the motorcycles just to watch out that we don't find, I don't know, just half of the motorcycles left when we come back. That was really difficult. So many things changed now. Meanwhile, so I think area got a bit, I don't know, upgraded, but I think it's still a difficult area. But I'm not too sure about that because I don't know, haven't been around for a while here. So the opening night. Conclusion. Well, I'll be honest, it's not too easy to find a proper conclusion about this tobacco. And why is that? I tell you, most of the guys talking about this tobacco, they're really convinced. So they're really convinced. And there's good reason for that. That may be the best reason for that. I'm not completely convinced. So, but let me put this on a scale. So, let's say, so my tobacco. So one of the best tobaccos, I think, when it comes to straight Virginias, that may be the Oleg Golden Sliced. So this is always my reference. just because, well, I guess you all know the golden sliced, and so may give you an idea. So if the golden slice is a 10, then I think opening night is an 8 perhaps. And between 8 and 10, there's still tobaccos left. So there's some very good John Hainsbury Virginias and HU Virginias, done by Dun Tobacco, the Haymaker perhaps, or something like that. So, but nevertheless, it's, for me, it's an 8, and this is pretty good Virginia tobacco. Why is it that this tobacco can't reach the top level for me, so it can't reach the 10? And I think for me, for myself, just there's something missing, something I can find in the golden sliced, and this is a little pepper-like, or a little, I don't know, a little something, some spicy note, something that adds a little extra to the complexity, because this tobacco isn't really complex. It's a really good Virginia with all the notes that Virginia can provide. But perhaps that's the reason why some guys say that golden sliced, they add a little hint of Perique. And maybe that's the case, and then that's the difference. So, but I just want to say that opening night is really good Virginia, and could be an everyday smoke, and could be not only an opening night, could be an opening day tobacco, something to start in the morning. And yeah, that's my conclusion. It's really good tobacco, and when you got the chance, get your hands on it, you should go for that. But nevertheless, there are many fine Virginias on the market, so it is comparable to other really good Virginia flakes. Let's say the Capstan Yellow, or the Richmond Navy Cut, or something. In some kind of broken flake cut style. Yeah, broken cake cut style. Something between a flake and a cake, and then really ready to pack. It's convincing. I guess it is. So, and you see I'm nearly down to the bowl, just relighting the very rest of the tobacco. And it's still a good smoke. So still no harsh notes or something that's really bothering you or something. So we're on our way back. Yeah, half the way I think. We're already back. I promised one bowl will be enough. At least for me. And I guess I'm gonna go on the left here. Go for a different way here. Yeah, guys. And while I'm puffing, well, the last tobacco in my bowl, the last opening night tobacco, I think that's it for today's night stroll. No idea if that worked, but if you can see anything on camera. But anyway, it was a pleasure for me to take you around. I know if it was a pleasure for you. I'm really not too certain about that, but anyway, just an experiment. So hope you enjoyed the ride anyway, and hope you had a good bowl of tobacco sharing with me during the ride. I hope you all are doing well. I really hope so. And remember, spring will come sooner or later. And we're all going to get through this difficult situation we're facing. Pretty sure. I hope so. Alright, guys. I guess that's it. So, take good care. Be well, and perhaps see you again.